ساقز الشام جرمانيا كوكازولوجيا أتحماتشت إسواتي تشو يبقى بس الجبرانجة أنا مشاركة يشخبشاش إنجليزية يتوانجة عرفان فاهم زبلة خوي مش زبلة أنا هي زبلة فاهم في وسط واو ماشي
Should I sit?
It's up to you.
Okay,
I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, maybe I can sit. Okay, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, so hello, welcome everybody. My name is Diana Forker and I'm from the University of Jena from Germany. Yeah, it's a not very big town in Germany, in eastern Germany. And we have an Institute of Slavonic and Caucasian Studies. And I'm in 2 weeks I will be the professor, the full professor of Caucasian languages there. It's a small institute, yeah, and it has a history, a tradition of studying Georgian, but I'm more interested in the Northern Caucasus.
Profesor Diana yapı stomiva Sumatra Suyava Germanian University Jena مشيش University Jena قفقاسم شعب زخم تيوفاغو شعب زنجان يجكو شتيخ نحزاجة تكر جورجي بزرا أو يج زبتر نحبو تي قفقاس بزخرا أكم يعتيوفاغو research career.
So at the university we have so the first thing I want to do is actually to inform you, and especially the young generations of Cherkessian. We have a study program of Caucasian studies. We have a BA and an MA in Caucasian studies, and the students who take these programs, they learn something about the history of the Caucasus, the people of the Caucasus, the cultures of the Caucasus, the languages of the Caucasus, and then they can decide a bit what their interest is, if they are more interested in history or more interested in the languages or in politics, so they can develop their interest in different directions. And we have also foreign students coming, so it's not necessary to go to Jena and to just live there, but you can also send the young generation as exchange programs to the university. And whenever I have students who don't speak German, then I will teach in English. So somebody who understands basic English should be fine to come to study.
يوصل إلى أنه فاي ونحب شكر يونيفرسيتي مشحن فاي كان فاي يشكم يونيفرسيتي يا بري تسيب ريا غراجة ماستر وانا يمشي تسيب ريا غراجة أدية بزاودية بزي شاب بزي هيستوري سدراري كو أدية قسوا أو قفقاس يشكيو قفقاسم بش أحرى مستمجة قشوا كوشتك يا وجه على بالك يا جنكو شي جنكو أرز كوسي قتشي فايدة هذا يتوانرر أن ألماني زجيش لاجة ألماني زي مش أمين إنجليزي زجيش لاجة يتواني هو قاعد كو عايش بسوونه وقاعد فمية كمان نبمج إنستيتيوت نبمج يونيفرسيتي الشيء كمان فاي كمان إكسشينج فدوز مازم مزيش زيد فسي أشونوي في تخاي فدا برنامج كريا يتوانا تقدر قرالي قيش تفكر يجابو كراسنا بكم يابجن زرافشان.
Okay, and then the next thing I want to talk about is, so I for the last 10 years I studied Dagestanian languages. Yeah, so
because I'm forgetting.
Yes.
يوجد تسيب شلون يواب داغستان زاجت غري ها وفراس بتغير داغستان بصراحة.
So languages of the East Caucasus, and I'm a linguist, so what I do basically is to write grammars. I wrote 2 grammars, and I write dictionaries and articles, and I collect texts, and we have made a book for the community with whom I'm working.
هیچ نحبوس اللي جحر بزم تيوفاو grammar كان زبدي زنوت كيف كانت بديغاتشي you did 2 grammar books, right?
2 grammars.
Grammar كيف بديغاتشي on Dagestan بزم تيوفاو.
So that's what I can do best. I can write grammars and dictionaries and so on. And personally, I would like to start to study West Caucasian, so Adıગે, for instance. I did a little bit of work on Abaza and on Abkhaz.
just a question. وفتح سؤال أو أبعد زمرة خازن مرة نحبه جادغستان راسي زتيل جحبة هيج زتيل جحنو زفاير أدياب زرع يش بزردي أشوتر وفم كيشريكشو زرداجرة جرامرة أرزاي فدا أفكر فشغلت ما يفدا أف كرجي حشنوش.
So for the next future, basically, I would personally like to study Adıge, the Adıge language. And I know there is like from the linguistic point of view, there is relatively a lot of literature about Adıge in Russian, but not that much in English.
Yeah, أديابزم زي لاشات يو أديابزم تيوفاو ورس لتراتورم بكتر أديابزم بايرتياكو أو إنجليزم باشا كتر. Maybe in German also there isn't much.
No, in German.
نحب زكى ورس جتكر أديابزم تيوفاو إنجليزم زي German نبغى نجيب زكى جتكر باشا شركة.
So for the future, I was just thinking. One thing would be nice, I guess, to write a kind of comparative grammar of the different Adıge, Carpathian dialects in English. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, English is just تكنوس فاي Adıge dialect نبغى شحفو شيء كم يا grammar يتكنو فاي.
Yeah, so that's my personal interest because I personally, as a linguist, I'm interested in the grammar. And the grammar of the Adıge language is very interesting for linguists. So not just for people who study Caucasian languages, but in general, it's a very fascinating language.
Linguistu دنایم تیتم بزا زغاش أكره يجي كره يشوديه بزا كمی أدياب زر انترستو يعتبر زكاة وبركته عرض جارز زبزة باشون زفاير. Yeah, so
that's one thing. And the other thing is like, maybe if you ever need the help of a professional linguist, then you can also approach me and I can see what I can do for you.
Yes, مرز جابري أوفزريش لاري linguist وإذا أوفر أرز شو استيانوش فاهمة زبورة فاهمة professional ما أوفمجة مرسي أوفر سزرب سبرة عزلا كده أوفر جشوس دي أنا شوية ساشيو شو ستي
جو كنت بوشتا يعني زوجتي كنت بوشتا سفايد أو جزء
شالا سؤال زكي وما
سكاسة وتبدل جدو وكذا أخذت سفايد
Yeah. I mean, he wanted to ask, but I said once you finish, we can.
Yeah, and then I mean, like later there will be the announcement of a conference, but there will be conferences in Nuremberg, and I hope at some point, maybe not this year, but next year or in 2 years' time, we want to organize the next joint conference at the University of Jena. So to Jena, to the people of Jena, show that the Caucasus means not only Georgia. Until now, they only see Georgians there, but it would be nice to also show that there are also other people in the Caucasus.
Yeah, what غريبة نورنبرغ عشان وعطر زكاة الحرام يا عشان وعطر استيقظ عشان وعطر. عارفة ملي قد رخوت ملي يا عشان رمازم تي كي ورايج مش عن عشان وعطر كيش وكوتشري وحمي أمر مغبى وبكوربرا أيام كسيت يوز تتعدي شيء تقوشنو يونيفرسيتيم زاد لجنة تقوشنو تفاي تي يونيفرسيتي تسكس كم يعشان باي قفقاسم جورجي بديا بيسر باي جنسة يعشان جورجي كلا أديك كرزاريس يعشان باي أديك كرزش يعشان باي زاد لجنة زشان وعتا شويش شان وعتا تعدي قدر بقتيها. Okay. So, Papater, fine.
Konferans yani yeguşa kız yeguşa tızadaguşanızı drapsınızı tızfayge koşta amra ciyes koşta
How zaçım yapmak?
tızfay ya kızeri bağlı da seri Avrupa Mitası şöcesi dasıl sosva Georgia'ya yıkaydı Bazılar zamanca Avrupa Georgia'ya yokura dasapya teras ki gora Adıڳe zaradası Afgasyan kujam khatimo tzarapsawar yeshwas ibapadat tzadelejen tfay mar bzakasa miunar mar tarib zam yaqran titeleje harab arazat ibapadat tzadelejen.
He appreciates the fact that you know that the majority of people know only about Georgia and there is a need for awareness and people need to know more about Adıڳe. And he appreciates your also offering help and he says we really do need help and he hopes that there will be a collaboration between the two parties. You and the Adıڳe Casa. Yeah.
In Dagestan there are 29 dialects. In which dialect in Dagestan there are Lizgian, Abarian?
Biz çok sonra Dağıstan'ım ya toçla bura dialekt şaf dialekt se oşhay bizemrike tay Dağıstan'ım dialekt bize kozati fugo toçla bura şey tarif zaralarcılar gibi yapıyor.
Yeah, so in Dagestan, so there is a so-called East Caucasian language family, yeah, as opposed to West Caucasian. It's called North Dagestanian or East Caucasian, depending, you can use both terms. And in Dagestan itself, it depends really on what you count as a language. So that's the first question. Is it a dialect or a language? Yeah? And that is something that we as linguists, it's not a linguistic question, it's a political question. Whoever has the power decides that this is a language.
Yeah, linguistica زغطتنا بزاف حوي دايلكتا بوليتيكانا نحبوها بزايا بزويا عاطفية شو ببزو فهذا داغستانم زبطت تجا دايلكترا بزرا يجترا بزا كذكرى يوا بوليتيكا مع الأسف تركي كم زراو.
So in Dagestan there are maybe about 30 languages. It really depends on what you count. From a linguistic point of view, it's probably more. It might be 40. And I have studied first a very small, which is called officially language. It's called Ginuchski in Russian. Ginuchski.
Jest zadziałar Ginuchski, ale linguistika jest za točit pomnał Dağıstanım jest akademik za zadziałar.
Yeah, so it's very small. It has 600 speakers.
A bzem mshaara birashikna. Zoe zadziałar. Ja nachmaczam birashikna bimshaara.
So it's really small. It's smaller than Adıڳe. Yeah, you see, it's very small, and it's spoken in one village.
Can you say good morning in that language?
They often use Arabic terms when they greet each other. Yeah, but they have something like watch army, which is actually from Avar, which is a local big language. Watch army, that's what they use. And watch army for the female. Watch army is the male. If I talk to a male, and watch army is the female.
Jeśli ja bym powiedział, że Europia, Arabia, Piłar,
There are 10 languages
in Dagestan, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yes. And so I studied this small language, and now I study another one which is called Daginski in Russian. And this is also many dialects actually. They have a standard language, which is based on the northern dialect, and then they have a lot of other dialects. And the people don't understand each other. These Dagi people, when they meet, they talk in Russian.
I na pamięci z zagorem Dagi to ani Dagestan cisho ijazę reasza a abzer dialekt aji Czechet. Dialekt chemii zakasz Czechie się uczycie, a Dagestan ker z uczycie się użycie mszana abzer cisho.
And this is despite the fact they have a standard language which was created in the Soviet times.
Abzuya Soviet قرالم يافي غوشوغاب standard film.
So they have an alphabet, they have school books, they learn the language in school starting from grade 2, and they have around 2 hours per week.
Sovietum يافي غوشوغابو الفابتية تكيكريا راغاجة هجري أو سحاتيق ما أبتحماكم زر راغاجة.
But the problem is for the kids who don't speak the standard language, for them this is a foreign language. They don't understand it, they don't want to learn it.
يجمي بروبليمو كثير بزو سوفيتم يغوشغر ستاندردو يغوشو أو سكو قاكو كرا تدرسل ونم نفهمش دايلكتير دايلكتير بو باتشيجا ستاندردو يغوشوان أرز آخر سكو جب زچب زراغاش أرفدو زراغاش أرز يعشوقين زراغاش أنا بفايد.
So and this, I mean, they have some support, of course, from the state because they have teachers, they have school books, but it does not really work. So it does not help a lot.
يا وقرار القاضي شكول كريا يزغجن كريا أو أشركب رابع جندري تكون زراشة.
They even have a little bit of TV program, like half an hour per week maybe, and they have 2 journals and a theater.
تلفزيوني يا أو صحة نقط حمافة جازيتي تو يا بدأت شو هاستاندرد بزمجة.
And the other thing that is now in general happening in Dagestan is that the parents themselves, they don't want to have this education anymore in the Dagestani languages. They say that this is useless, they better should learn English or German or Arabic.
يو проблема جاءر ونابوكم تنكم يا جالي عاشنا بفايد. شيء أب مبزم سد يشرتري سدو بخلافات عرض إنجليزي بزا أو جرماني بزا زباشا من أحدا ورسبزا عرض يج ونابم جي أبتدو بتكت تكر يا رسم يا بزا عشان.
Yeah, so especially in the last 10 years, the situation is really getting more difficult and more difficult. Young children, if they don't grow up in mountains, but if they grow up in the lowlands, then they all speak Russian.
يا موفر نحبين كوزا معكوا يتسيب شكوه تذكر تشيلا قشموكو تشافن قشموك ما بزاز عشرة قالم دسكر نحبم عشرة كيلو.
And there are not that many initiatives of the people themselves. Yeah, they don't really care about it. There are a few people who are professional teachers or who are writers who care, but most of the normal people just don't care.
نحبر يوي غافر زد غافر أنا بجرزاول تكاك بكر يجاك بكر جافلوس بكر أبزم يغافرها نحبر يغافر باي أري problem وثقتم وين غافر زبجة بسبب ورز أقدر.
Yeah, and like 2 more things I want to say. One thing is just to create a standard is not is not the final solution. So even if you have a unified orthography and an alphabet, if people don't use it, it doesn't really help.
Qua solution fado z standards alphabet zapo bغطش باي اي هاركو ديوانو وش ما هاجو فقيش تكوا.
Because like for those people who don't speak the standard, they might just say, this is not our language.
Yeah, كويس ناس تدرسنا تقصيك جاهرة يوم دايت أجيش از ستاندردو هزاقو بكاكرا مرموشاءرا يشعر يغاقر بجري از فزك.
And the other thing is, just the number of speakers, how big the language is also not, as long as it's not 20 people, then it's over. But 500 people or 600 people, as long as they speak the language to the children, this language can survive for a long time.
نبغى قطشة قم نجمع رجعوا بزر بدر يبصقين باششة أو نبغى شيخ أزوجة وبيلو الجريدة هابزر قبغنتيو بس وبيلنفا.
So the most important thing is really that the parents speak the language to the children or the grandparents.
يا وزجميع نحن مستر تنكر تكون دبشان را أو يعتجي عن نجاري بجلس كسكراب نصف كسخوان يا وزاورة بزر ويجعل ما يعمغاش أمي ويجعل ما يجعل كم يعشر تعرض زمست زدوجة زيفاء أما ونراش البشر بزر.
Okay, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.